about, I suppose. Battling effort, but losing on penalties.
Never nice, you know, but I think that we need to be encouraged by the performance and the way that the boys played. I thought we were fantastic, and apart from a little spell in the second half, we lost our way a little bit, but you know that's part of the learning process for us. But I thought from the point of view of that, I thought we were the better team. I thought that we passed the ball fantastically well, created chances, and unfortunately we're just lacking a little bit of the rub of the green at the moment. But that will turn if we keep playing in that manner.
Yeah, like you said, that little period in the second half, you conceded and looked a little wobbly for a time, but showed great character to get back in the game.
Listen, I'll never question my boys and their character. I know they were questioned last year, but you know, I will never question their character because I know what I've got in the dressing room. But as you say, we had a little spell, but you're always going to have a spell in any game. We've got to learn how to deal with that little spell, you know. But you know, I thought that our intensity in which we moved the ball at into areas and caused them problems, I thought was exceptional tonight.
And this was 9 players that haven't had much game time so far as well, so that must be doubly pleasing.
Well, they have had game time. Well, most of them. I mean, obviously, Shea Facey's coming back from injury, so like the plan was to see how long he could go tonight. Barney and Ash obviously have had their game time. Jordan's had some game time, but obviously not in the first two games. Bo, it was always the plan to get him 90 tonight after we've had to work him slowly back from his injury. Sam Foley's been chomping at the bit, ready to go. I thought he was outstanding tonight. Crooksy's had game time. Bridges had game time, you know. So Junior obviously was coming back tonight. It was his first start, you know. And
what did you make of his performance?
I thought that the signs are there that you know what you're going to get from Junior. He's going to cause a lot of teams a lot of problems, and you know, I think considering how long he's been out and not having started a game since sort of April time, I thought he'd done fantastically well. And so I thought Bill played well for the most part. Took up some great positions, caused problems, you know, and gives me a nice selection headache for Saturday.
And Lewis Ward?
Lewis done very well tonight. I thought that, you know, we had a bit of a problem with him last week. He had a problem with his finger. He had a problem with his finger in the Watford game, and we was a little bit concerned that we might lose him for a few weeks because of the problem he had with his finger. But we've seen a specialist, had a scan and what have you. So, and he's playing with a splint at the minute. But no, I thought Lou done well tonight. But you know, he hasn't had many games, you know. So even though he's been back in training, he's been going everywhere with Reading and sitting on the bench and not been playing so many games. So it was good for him to get some game time tonight as well.
Ash Taylor grabbed the ball for the penalty in normal time. Was that always the plan?
Yes. Every game that we play, we have our designated penalty takers, and we take penalties in training. Now, on the first game of the season was Sean McWilliams. Sean McWilliams, we had penalty competitions on the last week of pre-season, and Sean McWilliams won. He scored every single penalty that he took. So he was our penalty taker until he obviously got injured. Ash, out of I think about 27 penalties that they took, 25, 27 penalties, Ash Taylor missed 1. So Ash was number 2, and then I forget who it was. I think in the first game it was Sammy Hoskins. Sammy Hoskins was number 3. So Sean was 1, and we do it, and it's on the board. That's how much detail that we go into with the stuff that we do. So obviously Sean got injured, so Ash has been on penalties on Saturday. So Ash was on penalties. Sammy Hoskins was number 2, and Kevin Van Veen was number 3. Tonight it was Ash Taylor was number 1, Billy Waters was number 2, and I think it might have been Dean Bowditch was number 3. So we do the plan, so we stick to the plan, you know, anyone can miss a penalty. You know, it happens to the best. Even I missed one once. But listen, you know, penalties are penalties. People have to have the courage to step up and take them. You know, so it's,
But having missed that penalty in normal time, it could have been a real deflating moment, but you really came again.
listen, this team don't know. You know, I believe that we are in what we're trying to do and what I'm trying to do and what I want to build here. We're sort of 7-8 weeks into the process, and when you're trying to change your style a little bit and change the way you play a little bit, you know, it takes a little bit of time. But we don't have time. You know, in this game you don't have time. But I think 2 out of the 3 games that we've played, you know, we've played very well and not won. Obviously drawn tonight and lost on penalties, but lost to Lincoln in the first game. Saturday we weren't so good, but we've watched some of the stuff back. We had 10 chances on Saturday. So I think that we've created more chances in the last three games than what we probably created in the last 20 games of last year. So from that point of view, I'm very pleased with what we're doing. As I've said to the guys, that we're missing a little bit of cherry on the cake at the moment, and that's in the final third. And ultimately, even though our game was very good tonight, as we've just spoken about in there, the game is won and lost in the 2 penalty boxes.